Most men over 60 feel their energy fading each day. They wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep. They feel their drive slipping away, the drive to lead, to create, to love deeply. They notice intimacy becoming distant. Conversations with their wives feel more like polite exchanges than electric connections. They blame age. They blame low testosterone. Some blame bad luck or poor genetics. They start to believe this is simply their fate. But what if I told you there is a different truth? What if I told you your body isn't broken? That there is a roadmap to regain your energy, your hormones, and your quiet confidence. A natural roadmap. No drugs. No shame. No confusion or embarrassment. Just real, proven ways to reclaim the man you know you still are inside. Today, I'm going to share this complete roadmap with you. A guide to rebuild your energy from the inside out. To restore your hormones naturally so you wake up with drive each morning. To reignite the silent power that every man carries within him, the power to lead, protect, and love with confidence. But first, let me tell you why I care so deeply about this. I'm Dr. Daniel Minh. I've spent over 30 years as a men's health and geriatric specialist. I've helped thousands of men over 60 rebuild their silent power without feeling ashamed or overwhelmed. My journey began long before medical school. Growing up, I watched my father struggle after retirement. He was a proud man, strong hands, strong back, strong presence. But as the years passed, his spark dimmed. His energy faded. He stopped meeting friends for coffee. Stopped helping my mother in the garden. Stopped reaching for her hand on quiet walks. He believed aging meant giving up strength and intimacy. Watching him lose his confidence broke my heart. That image never left me. It drove me to dedicate my life to understanding aging, hormones, and what truly keeps a man alive inside. Today, I help men write a different story. A story where aging becomes your greatest teacher. Where you grow stronger, wiser, and more grounded in your purpose each year. So if you're ready, let's begin this journey together. Because your silent power is still within you. It's waiting for you to awaken it. Most men think aging is the enemy. But aging itself isn't the problem. The real enemies are chronic inflammation, poor circulation, and declining hormones. Imagine inflammation as wildfires burning quietly inside your body. Poor circulation is like rusty pipes slowing water to your house. Low testosterone is like running an engine without fuel. Together, they drain your energy, confidence, and drive for life. Most men just accept fatigue, brain fog, and sexual decline as getting old. They think, I'm over 60 now, what can I expect? But here's the truth. Age is only the number of years the world has enjoyed you. Your biology ages only if you neglect its needs. Take Michael, a 65-year-old retired engineer from Ohio. He prided himself on being sharp and precise. But when he came to me, he said, "Doc, I'm tired all the time. I gave up golf because I couldn't finish 9 holes without stopping twice. My wife asks me to walk or garden, but I just don't feel like myself." He had gained belly fat, his blood pressure was rising, his testosterone was low normal. He slept only 6 hours, waking twice each night. His diet was sandwiches, coffee, and little else. But what hurt most was feeling invisible. His wife no longer saw him as strong. He felt embarrassed in the bedroom. And he felt his mind slipping, his greatest pride. I told him, aging doesn't steal your strength. Neglect does. We started small. Morning, half cup of beet juice to open blood vessels. Lunch, spinach sautéed with garlic for testosterone and circulation. Dinner, half a baked sweet potato with cinnamon to stabilize energy. Before bed, 5 minutes of deep breathing to lower stress hormones. No screens an hour before sleep, dim lights to prepare for rest. 4 weeks later, he returned smiling. "Doc, I walked 18 holes last week with just 1 short rest. My wife says she loves hearing me hum in the mornings. We're planning a weekend in Nashville." He said, "I thought aging was downhill. Now I see it's a chance to rebuild what I ignored when working." Aging is not a thief. It's a teacher reminding us to care for movement, nutrition, rest, connection, and purpose. When you do, you age like oak, stronger and more valuable with time. Robert, a 70-year-old widower from Wisconsin, told me, "Doc, I'm not depressed. I just don't feel anything. I wake up tired. I sit by the window. I used to cook breakfast, read my Bible, walk. Now I don't even want coffee." His diet was toast, peanut butter, and coffee. No vegetables. I asked him to eat spinach daily, sautéed with olive oil, garlic, and black pepper. Spinach is rich in magnesium to free testosterone, folate for nerve health, and plant nitrates for blood flow. I also told him to add pumpkin seeds or oysters for zinc. 3 weeks later, Robert returned taller and smiling. I wake up before my alarm, cook eggs and spinach, walk every day. And I called Linda, my high school sweetheart. "We're having lunch next week." He paused, eyes bright. "I feel alive again." That's what testosterone does. It's not about being young again. It's about feeling like yourself again. Your silent power doesn't vanish with age. It only dims when ignored. Feed it, move it, protect it. Each day you care for it, you rebuild the quiet power within you. Testosterone isn't just for sex. It fuels your mood, focus, and purpose. It's the quiet force behind your confidence each morning and your motivation to act. Most men don't realize testosterone is not only about desire. It is the biological foundation of masculine vitality. Testosterone peaks between ages 18 and 25. After 30, it declines about 1% each year. At first, it's subtle. You feel a bit more tired. Recovery slows down. Your mood changes easily. But by 60, many men have lost 30 to 40% of their testosterone. That's when it hits hard. You wake up tired, even after sleep. You lose interest in things you once loved. Sex becomes less about desire and more about routine. Your mental sharpness fades. Decisions take longer. Confidence weakens. But here's what few men know. Even the testosterone you still have might not be usable. Why? Because of magnesium deficiency. Magnesium acts like a key. It unlocks bound testosterone in your blood so it can fuel your body. Without enough magnesium, testosterone remains trapped. You feel tired, unfocused, and unmotivated. Let me tell you about Robert. He's a 70-year-old widower from Wisconsin. When he came to see me, he wore a neat flannel shirt tucked into his jeans. But his shoulders slumped. "Doc, I'm not depressed," he said. "I just don't feel anything. I wake up tired. I sit by the window every morning, staring outside. I used to cook breakfast, read my Bible, go for walks. Now I don't even feel like making coffee. It's like my fire is gone, but my body's still here." What Robert didn't know is what many men don't. Low free testosterone steals motivation. It makes everything feel heavy, movement, thought, even hope. I asked about his diet. Mostly toast and peanut butter. Lots of coffee. No vegetables. He chuckled, "Spinach? That's what Popeye eats, right, Doc?" I smiled. Exactly. And Popeye wasn't wrong. Spinach is powerful. It's rich in magnesium, which frees testosterone to fuel your body. It has folate for blood and nerve health. It contains plant nitrates that improve circulation, delivering hormones where they're needed. I asked Robert to start small. 1 cup of sautéed spinach daily. Cooked with olive oil for healthy fats. Garlic for circulation. Black pepper to boost nutrient absorption. I also told him to add zinc-rich foods like pumpkin seeds or oysters to support testosterone production and prostate health. 3 weeks later, Robert returned different. His eyes were clear. His shoulders pulled back. "Doc, I've been waking up before my alarm. I make eggs and spinach for breakfast. I walked every day last week. Anne? I called Linda. My high school sweetheart. We're having lunch next week. He paused, eyes shining. I feel alive again. That's what testosterone does. It doesn't make you a teenager again. It helps you feel like yourself again. Your silent power doesn't vanish with age. It dims when your body's needs are ignored. Feed it what it craves. Move it with intention. Protect it each day. That is how you reclaim your silent power within. Testosterone isn't just about sex. It's your mood, your focus, and your purpose. It's the quiet force behind your confidence to speak up, your motivation to get out of bed, and your energy to take action on what matters each day. Most men don't realize that testosterone isn't simply a hormone driving desire. It's the biological foundation of masculine vitality and presence. Here's what many men overlook. Testosterone peaks when you're between 18 and 25. During those years, your body feels powerful, driven, and eager to achieve, build, and conquer. But starting around age 30, testosterone begins to decline by about 1% per year. At first, you don't notice. Maybe you feel a little more tired, take a little longer to recover from workouts, or find your mood shifting more easily. But by age 60, many men have lost 30 to 40% of the testosterone they once had. That's when the changes become impossible to ignore. You wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep. You lose interest in things you once loved. Sex becomes less about desire and more about duty, or it fades altogether. Your mental sharpness dulls. Decisions that used to come quickly now take longer to process. Confidence in yourself weakens. And here's something even fewer men know. Even the testosterone you still have might not be usable. Magnesium deficiency is a hidden culprit. Magnesium acts like a key. It unlocks bound testosterone in your bloodstream, freeing it to enter cells and fuel your body's strength, clarity, and motivation. Without enough magnesium, your testosterone stays trapped, unable to do its job, leaving you tired, unfocused, and unmotivated. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is a 70-year-old widower from Wisconsin. He came to see me one winter afternoon wearing a neat flannel shirt tucked into his jeans, but his shoulders were slumped. He sat down across from me, took off his glasses, rubbed his eyes, and said, "Doc, I'm not depressed. I just don't feel anything." He paused for a moment, staring down at his calloused hands resting on his knees. I wake up tired. I sit by the window most mornings, staring outside at the snow falling on the pines. He sighed quietly before continuing. I used to cook myself breakfast, read my Bible, go for walks before lunch. Now, I don't even feel like making coffee. It's like my fire is gone, but my body is still here. What Robert didn't realize is what many men don't. Low-free testosterone steals your motivation and willpower. It makes everything feel heavy, movement, thought, even hope. I asked him about his diet. He shrugged. Mostly toast and peanut butter in the morning. Lots of coffee. Sometimes a microwave dinner if I don't feel like cooking. Vegetables? I asked. He laughed softly. Spinach? That's what Popeye eats, right, Doc? I nodded and smiled. Exactly, Robert. And Popeye wasn't wrong. Here's why spinach is powerful. It's rich in magnesium, which frees your testosterone to fuel your body. It contains folate, essential for blood and nerve health, keeping your mind clear and your circulation strong. Spinach is also packed with plant nitrates that improve blood vessel health, supporting healthy blood flow to deliver hormones where they're needed most. I asked Robert to start small. 1 cup of sautéed spinach every day. Cooked with olive oil for healthy fats, garlic to support circulation and immune function, and a sprinkle of black pepper to boost nutrient absorption. I also recommended he combine it with zinc-rich foods like pumpkin seeds or oysters to further support testosterone production and prostate health. 3 weeks later, Robert walked back into my office. This time, he looked different. His eyes were clearer, his shoulders pulled back, and his voice carried a quiet strength. He sat down and said, "Doc, I've been waking up before my alarm. He smiled softly. I started making myself eggs and spinach in the morning instead of toast. I went for a walk every day last week, just around the block, but it felt good. He paused, looking out the window at the bare oak trees swaying in the January wind. Then he turned back to me with tears in his eyes and said, "Anne." I called Linda. You remember Linda, right? My high school sweetheart. We're having lunch next week. His voice cracked with emotion. I feel alive again. That's what testosterone does. It doesn't turn you back into a teenager. It helps you feel like yourself again. Strong, focused, driven, and present. Eat spinach daily. The best form is sautéed with olive oil, garlic, and black pepper. Add it to your eggs in the morning, blend it into a smoothie if you prefer, or serve it as a warm side dish with lunch or dinner. Combine spinach with zinc-rich foods to further support hormone balance. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds on your salads or oatmeal. Eat oysters once or twice a week if you can. If oysters aren't in your budget, sardines are a powerful, affordable alternative packed with protein, healthy fats, and zinc. Finally, sleep well. Most testosterone is produced during deep sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours each night in a dark, cool room, with no screens an hour before bed. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming your silent power. Testosterone is the inner spark reminding you there is still life to build, people to protect, and wisdom to share. Your silent power doesn't vanish with age. It only dims when your body's needs go unmet. Feed it what it craves. Spinach isn't just a vegetable. It's a signal to your body that strength is still required, that purpose still exists, and that life still calls you to rise each day with intention. Fueling steady strength. Most men I meet are terrified of carbs. They think eating carbs will make them fat, lazy, or diabetic. But here's the truth, carbs are not your enemy. Bad carbs are. Sweet potatoes, on the other hand, are your ally. Let me explain why. Sweet potatoes have a low glycemic index, which means they don't spike your blood sugar like white bread or sugary cereals. Instead, they release energy slowly and steadily, giving you consistent fuel throughout the day without the crash that leaves you irritable or exhausted by 2 p.m. They're also packed with potassium, even more than bananas. Potassium keeps your heart rhythm stable, your muscles contracting properly, and your blood pressure balanced. If you're a man over 60, potassium is a mineral you can't afford to neglect. Low potassium levels can lead to muscle weakness, fatigue, irregular heartbeat, or even dangerous arrhythmias. But sweet potatoes don't stop there. They're rich in vitamin A, essential for your immune system, skin health, and vision. They contain manganese, which supports bone strength and metabolism, and they're loaded with antioxidants that fight cellular damage and chronic inflammation, two major drivers of aging. Here's what this means in real life: sweet potatoes stabilize your blood sugar, avoid those afternoon energy crashes, and help regulate hormones that affect your mood, sex drive, and mental clarity. When your blood sugar is steady, you think more clearly. Your libido remains strong. You feel calm and focused rather than anxious or foggy. Let me tell you about Harold, one of my patients. Harold is 68, a retired carpenter from Kansas. Broad-shouldered, calloused hands, always wearing flannel shirts and work boots, even in the clinic. He spent his life building homes, barns, and furniture for neighbors. He was the man people called when they needed something fixed right. But when Harold came to see me, he looked defeated. He slumped into the chair and said, "Doc, I'm not tired because I'm lazy. I'm tired because no matter what I do, I just can't get my energy back. I try to eat less, walk more, but by the middle of the day, I feel like I've been hit by a truck. I end up taking long naps, and then I can't sleep at night." Harold wasn't just physically exhausted. He felt useless. He couldn't finish projects in his garage workshop. His granddaughter asked him to build a bookshelf for her new room, and he put it off for months because he didn't trust his energy or focus with the power tools. To him, that was humiliating. This was the man who used to carry her on his shoulders through the park. Now he could barely stand an afternoon without lying down. I explained to Harold that age wasn't his problem. Fuel was. I said, Harold, your body doesn't want fewer calories. It wants better fuel. You're giving it fast-burning junk that spikes your blood sugar, then crashes it, leaving you exhausted. What you need is slow-burning, nutrient-rich fuel. I suggested he start having half of a roasted sweet potato at lunch. Just that. Roasted with olive oil and sprinkled with cinnamon. Cinnamon not only adds warmth and flavor, but it also helps stabilize blood sugar even further. I also asked him to pair it with protein, grilled salmon, turkey breast, or leftover roast chicken, to keep insulin response balanced and energy steady. At first, Harold looked skeptical. Sweet potatoes? Aren't those just carbs, Doc? I smiled. They're the carbs your body remembers how to use. Think of them as the slow-burning logs in your energy fireplace, not quick-burning newspaper that flares up and dies out. 2 weeks later, Harold came back with a grin. His posture was different. His shoulders pulled back, his chest open, and his voice carried that carpenter's confidence again. Doc, he said, I haven't napped in over a week. I'm back in my workshop every afternoon. And guess what? I finished that bookshelf for my granddaughter. When I carried it into her room and saw her face light up, I felt like the man who used to carry her on my shoulders again. That, my friend, is what true endurance feels like. It's not about running fast or lifting the heaviest weights. Endurance is about being steady enough to carry your purpose until the last mile. It's about having the strength to do what you love, for the people you love, without worrying if your body will fail you halfway through. If you want to implement Harold's secret, here are your practical steps. White heavy checkmark lunch, half of a roasted sweet potato. Slice it in half, drizzle with olive oil, sprinkle with cinnamon, and roast it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes until tender. Pair it with protein, grilled salmon, turkey, or chicken. This combination gives you clean, steady fuel, muscle support, and blood sugar stability. White heavy checkmark, stay hydrated. Potassium works best when you're well hydrated. Aim for half your body weight in ounces of water daily. White heavy checkmark, avoid heavy processed carbs like white bread, pastries, or sugary drinks. They spike your blood sugar and leave you tired and inflamed. White heavy checkmark, add movement after lunch. A 10-minute walk improves blood sugar metabolism and energizes your brain for the afternoon. Remember this, sweet potatoes aren't magic. They're just real food, the kind your ancestors thrived on. Endurance isn't about speed. It's about being steady enough to carry your purpose until the last mile. When you feed your body what it was designed to run on, it rewards you with energy, focus, and silent power that lasts long after the young men have burned out. Never forget, your life's work isn't done until you decide it is. Fuel it well, move it daily, rest it deeply, and watch how your endurance carries you toward everything you still wish to build, give, and love in this world. Most men think changing their health means doing something extreme. A brutal diet. A strict workout program. But the truth is, your body doesn't need punishment. It needs rhythm. Your body craves routine. Just like the sun rises and sets, your hormones, energy, and mind work best with a daily cadence. That's why I created a simple protocol for men over 60 to restore energy, build strength, and regain silent power. Morning is your time to awaken energy. Start with half a cup of roasted beets or beet juice. Beets are rich in nitrates, which convert to nitric oxide in your body. Nitric oxide opens up blood vessels, lowers blood pressure, and improves circulation to your heart, brain, and muscles. It gives you clean, steady energy without caffeine crashes. After your beets, spend 5 minutes in deep breathing. Try this. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 7 counts. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 counts. Repeat this cycle 5 times. This simple breathing calms your nervous system, lowers cortisol, and primes your mind for clear focus. Then, go for a brisk walk. 10 to 15 minutes is enough. Walking in the morning light resets your circadian rhythm, balances hormones, and sets your energy for the day. Noon is the time to build strength. Eat 1 cup of spinach sautéed with garlic and olive oil. Spinach is rich in magnesium and folate, freeing your testosterone and nourishing your nerves. Garlic supports circulation and immune health. Olive oil adds healthy fats needed for hormone production. Combine your spinach with a protein source. Eggs are simple and packed with nutrients. Fish, like salmon or sardines, are rich in protein and omega-3 fats to fight inflammation. This combination fuels your body, sharpens your mind, and keeps your hormones balanced. Dinner is your time to stabilize energy before rest. Have half of a baked sweet potato. Drizzle it with olive oil and sprinkle with cinnamon. Sweet potatoes release carbohydrates slowly, keeping blood sugar stable through the night. Olive oil helps you feel satisfied and nourishes your heart. Cinnamon supports blood sugar control and adds warmth and flavor. This meal calms your body, preparing it for deep, restorative sleep. Beyond your meals, hydration is critical. Aim to drink half your body weight in ounces of water daily. If you weigh 180 pounds, drink at least 90 ounces. Water keeps your blood flowing, joints lubricated, digestion smooth, and hormones working efficiently. Sleep is your body's natural reset. Aim for 7 to 8 hours each night. Deep sleep is when your body produces most of its testosterone. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Dim your lights to signal your brain that night has come. Finally, mindset shapes everything. End your day by journaling 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude lowers cortisol and improves sleep quality. It also enhances testosterone production the next morning. Write down anything: a warm conversation, a tasty breakfast, a beautiful sunrise. This simple act rewires your mind for peace and purpose. Your body craves rhythm. Feed it energy in the morning. Strength at noon. Stability at night. That's the cadence of vitality. Think of your day like music. Morning is the strong opening note that sets the tone. Noon is the powerful chorus that carries strength and clarity. Night is the soft closing chord that brings calm and rest. When you live with rhythm, you don't just age. You build silent power with each passing year. Remember, gentlemen, health isn't about punishing yourself. It's about honoring your body with the rhythm it was designed for. When you follow this protocol, you wake up feeling ready to lead your day. You carry quiet confidence into every room. You end your day knowing you lived with intention. That is the life of a thoughtful man. Gentlemen, the world keeps telling you to accept decline. It tells you to step aside, to fade quietly into the background as you age. But I say this to you now. Aging is not a punishment. It is a privilege. It is the privilege given only to those wise enough to care for their vessel. You are not broken. Your strength has not left you. It is still within you, waiting for the right signal to awaken. Imagine yourself 3 months from today. You wake up before your alarm with energy in your chest. You walk into the kitchen with purpose and make yourself a real breakfast. You stand taller as you get dressed for the day. You catch your reflection in the mirror and see a man who looks back with quiet pride. Later that morning, you reach for her hand as you walk together. She looks at you with eyes that say, "There he is. There's the man I love." That man is still within you. He has always been there. He is waiting for you to feed him, to trust him, to become him again. Because your silent power never truly disappears. It only dims when you neglect what your body, your mind, and your spirit need. But it can return. And it will return. If today's message gave you hope or showed you a plan to begin, then take this small step now. Like this video. Subscribe to The Thoughtful Man. Share it with another man over 60 who deserves to feel alive again. Comment below and tell me, what part of your vitality are you most ready to reclaim? Let us build this brotherhood of silent power together. One thoughtful day at a time. Stay strong. Live thoughtfully. I'm Dr. Daniel, your guide to silent power after 60.